We'll start off with the
Oh
usual.
God, right. A week has gone off. Damn.
Yeah. I will start off with the usual. Funky, how has your week been?
Well, apart from yesterday when I passed out. No, I didn't pass out. I fell asleep. After a long day at work, I fell asleep and then didn't wake up till 8:30 and realised my stream was halfway done. So, yeah, we missed yesterday. But other than that, it's been good. Back to streaming. Monday, we did some Minion Masters, which was really good fun. I'm going to start streaming some more of that. Just between you guys and me, don't tell the rest of the world. I'm also being given partner status with Beat a Dwarf, who make Minion Masters. So hopefully that will be some cool stuff coming down the line from that as well. Some free stuff to give away as well. And then coming up this weekend, I'm not going to promise. Yeah, all right, I'll promise. I'm going to do a stream this weekend. I will be painting this weekend. I need to finish them all off. I'm fed up with them sat on the shelf now. So I will be painting some Star Wars Rebels and some Star Wars Stormtroopers over the weekend. So come check me out if you're interested in that, or if you're not, don't. And then coming up next weekend, I think the 20th.
2 weeks.
2 weeks time, the 20th. I am actually going to be streaming live from the Dwarfheim Steam page. So we're going to have a really good time on there, play some cool games, have some copies of the game to give away. There'll be loads of details about that on Twitter and on my Twitch. Probably on Instagram as well, why not? And Discord. It'll be everywhere. So yeah, look out for that.
Yeah, can't wait. That's gonna be fun. And we may or may not have D&D that week as well, but we'll see. Probably will be on because the stream is on the Saturday, but we'll talk about that closer to the date. Vulcan,
Yeah.
how was your week? I see you did your I was gonna say game test, but your server game or game play test or play test, that's the words, play test on Monday or Tuesday.
Yes.
Is he gone? Is he
Yes.
alive?
No, I should still be here.
You are.
Yeah, so the playtest went well, got lots of feedback, and on stream in the next few weeks, I will be implementing the majority of that feedback.
Yeah, well. I played and it was actually quite fun. I sent you a video of my recording. There was a lot of interesting questions from quite a lot of people. You had what, 9 people at one stage?
Simultaneously, it was 8.
Oh, okay, but it was good.
8 peak testers simultaneously. Average of, I want to say 3, but like we got 5 for a while.
Yeah,
but I had a test of 2 earlier on in the stream.
Yeah, I know because I've been watching your development for a while. It didn't look like there's any new bugs, which was great. It means that your code is working as expected, and the issues you were seeing yourself are the same issues we were all seeing. So you know that there's nothing fundamentally broken, which was interesting.
Except everything's fundamentally broken, but nothing specially broken.
Yeah.
Nothing new has broken. Everything that was broken, I already knew about, which is fine.
Yeah,
that's what it's supposed to be.
That was good. And Sola.
Yes. Not much has been going on this week, but I'm looking forward to tomorrow, where I'll be playing a game created by the developers called Perfectly Paranormal, who are the creators behind Manual Samuel, which is a game from a few years back where you control a character where you, as the player, had to control the breathing and the movement of the right and left leg and arms, stuff like that. They've made a new game called Helheim Hassel, which I'm looking forward to playing tomorrow. I don't know much about it other than it being a narrative adventure game with like puzzle platforming stuff. But the description of it is: play as Bjorn, a pacifist Viking that can detach and combine limbs at will to solve challenging puzzles and get out of uncomfortable situations involving desperate Norse gods, goblins, dragons, and angry skeletons. yeah, I'll be playing and reviewing and feedbacking that game tomorrow, and seeing where that takes me.
Yeah, sounds good. I haven't seen the stream for a while, so that's been disappointing. Haven't been able to call you a sentient pastry, which has been.
I mean, I'm.
I do miss that, but
Yeah,
you
true.
can't please everyone.
Did you just say you were bacon?
I'm baking.
Anyway, don't know what that reference is.
What do you mean? A pastry is baking, right?
Oh, baking.
Yeah, I'm baking.
I thought baking.
I thought it bacon, as in like Danish bacon.
That's British bacon.
All right,
No,
lads.
it's bacon we buy from you, and then we sell it back to you.
Basically.
I'm so confused. Anyway,
Capitalism.
do any of you,
No.
potentially for inspiration, want to do a review of what happened last week?
We
Well, I'd give it
almost
3
died.
out of 5.
Well, as in,
Yes.
as in what happened, as in a summary.
I think it was the perfect 7 out of 5.
Yeah, something like that. Okay, so as far as I remember, we went on to talk to Billy, who were a farmer who had lost his rabbits or hares, depending on who you ask. And we went into the forest to see where these rabbits were. And a were-rabbit had taken them somewhat hostage in a cave. After freeing them, we rightfully decided to open up a box with some old guards on them. And when we left the cave, we managed to not be where we thought we would be. Because when we left the forest, we saw where Billy's house should be. There weren't 3, there were only 1 house, which to those who's been there and talking to them seemed to be like back in time almost, because their grandparent and their son were called Billy, so either back in time or ahead of time, I guess. And I think we left off with me tying up the rabbits while the rest of the crew were on their way into the village. Or no, you just arrived there, right?
They just about got there, and they saw in front of them standing a centaur with a blacksmith leather apron on them. Yeah, I did. Yeah, it was centaur. I said, yeah, centaur with a blacksmith leather apron, talking to what is either a woman or elf or something on those lines. And when it came to the chest had on it ornate carvings of different symbols from different gods. On different sides and parts of it. And when you opened the chest, there was a massive beam that came out. And you felt this power rush through, like go boom, like in all the movies, and disperse throughout the chamber that you were in. And the tree that you were inside, the walls started to become. It started to not move, like it was moving anyway, but it started to move more vigorously until it started to collapse when you decided to get the fuck out. You also have, and I have notes of this, there was 3 gems found. There was an orange gem, a pink gem, and a purple gem. 2 of them are still in the chest, and the purple gem, and about a little over half of the what are they called? Religious symbols or ornaments, or like little like crosses or religious symbols for all the different gods in the box. A little over half of them is in the possession of the gnome, and the rest are all still in the box with the wizard. Yeah. So the 2 I don't know what you're doing building a house with the feet meter, but so for the gnome and Adran, you 2 you're just about to get to you're just nearest the edge of the city. You see this centaur good bit down the road, maybe 200 meters away. But it's clearly a centaur from every.
Is that a
it's a horse.
Centaur or is it a Minotaur? Can't
No.
really tell.
No, it's definitely got horse legs, horse body. Prick.
But it says moo.
Oh my god, that would have been amazing. And it's clear it's talking to someone, and it's as you get closer, if you continue to walk the way, you'll see that's wearing a leather outfit.
All right, cool. Can I understand it?
Yes.
Is it talking?
If he's walking up to it, that's what I'm getting at.
Hold on 2 seconds.
Okay, what am I holding onto my head? And the pirate can also reply to.
Sorry, there was someone at the door. Right. So, how far away from the? So, are we in the gates, or are we still on the outside of town?
There's no real gate on the edges of town. The gates and the walls are on the sea side, or on the sea front, as you can see from the image of the town. You're coming from the south, so basically you're walking in. Where the red circle is on the map, I'll zoom in a little bit more, is the slippery nipple where you met John, and you're about like here now, and you can see. Let me draw a little freehand. I'll make it brown. I'll make it pink. Here is like roughly where you see this person. And I'll put it in a different color. User blue. User about here right now. And the ports don't seem to be as busy as you would have remembered from the day before. And some of the ports, or some of the platforms, docks, are being built currently.
Okay, so obviously we've had this discussion on the way here that something's gone weird with time.
Yep.
And we weren't sure whether we've gone forward or backwards. But seeing the docks being built, I think Adrian and I kind of discussed, and we come to the agreement. I mean, I'm not speaking
well,
for
it's
him,
built
but
or
the agreement
repaired. But...
that we are back in time because things that we've already seen are currently being built. But I'm going to, head towards the slippery nipple, I guess.
Just walk straight past the Centaur, yeah?
No. I mean,
he's in front of you. He's talking to someone at the corner of that street there. Talking to someone.
Is the fact that he's a centaur like rare?
They don't exist.
Oh, okay.
Any mythical creatures like centaurs, minotaurs, naga sirens, mermaids, and all that were stories of myth and legend. And as time moved on, especially after the Long War, people stopped really believing in any of it. And whenever someone saw like inside the slippery nipple before he's left, you saw the head of what was said as a centaur. You saw the trophy of like a naga siren sort of thing, like something with snakes in its hair, and a minotaur's head and stuff like that. They were like this, like, I can't think what the stupid word is for like stuffed animals, but it was like that sort of stuff on the walls. And whenever people, especially of your time, saw that, they all believed it was starting to be fake and stuff like that, and none of that was actually real. And all the myths and legends from like the old gods and the different creatures they created and all the different islands, even though many of them still not been explored or haven't been explored for a long time, people just stopped believing. They believed it's all fairy tales, similar to us nowadays not believing in leprechauns or things like that.
Okay, I'm quickly going to go back forwards in time and sing an amazing cover of Journey's Don't Stop Believing. And then I'm going to come back to the past, and I'm going to go up, and I'm just going to walk slowly past the centaur, looking at it. I'm not going to interact with it. I'm just looking at it, taking it all in.
Adran, are you following? Just because you were beside him, you came into town together. Vulcan? You're on mute, buddy. Vulcan?
Might have been food. I don't know.
Well, let's presume he's following you. As you go past, you realize they're talking about like the centaur is like, oh, what you doing? Like, because as a gnome, especially a thief or a rogue gnome, you like to listen in quite a lot and try and get as much information as you can when you're walking. You hear that they're saying things like, oh, that was really funny. I remember, like, it's a flirtatious form of communication. So there's no, like, he's clearly trying to chat this woman up, and you also realize it's not a human, it's an elf. Which there was lots of elves in and around the world anyway, so that's nothing new. But Centaur is still very strange, and excuse me, they are about 7 or 8 feet tall from hoof to head, and then they're obviously horses are really massive anyway, so
yeah,
they're quite massive.
So yeah, Mr. Nuts is going to get out and just like
Mr. Nuts is watching the rabbits. You asked him to protect the hares.
He is protecting the rabbits. Yes,
because you have a meeting with Billy.
Yes, in that case, I will
not
just
Billy. Trevor, isn't it? Yes, Trevor.
Yeah,
Trevor is the man.
In that case, yes, I will. I walk past the centaur.
Yep.
And I'll do it casually. Like, I'm aware that this is kind of like, what the hell is that? But I don't want to give anything away. And obviously, being a complete charlatan that I am, I'm able to kind of keep that poker face. So I'm kind of in my head, I'm going, what the fuck is going on? But like on the outside, it's just like, oh, it's just another centaur. And obviously, I'm trying to pick up what's going on and listen.
Yep.
But I am going to head towards the tavern.
You do notice as well the mixture. It's not a very busy day. Normally, you would have seen this city a lot busier, especially because you've been here for a few weeks. But it's a lot more eclectic. There's a lot more like different races around. You see a few more dwarfs when they weren't they were rare. There's more of them around. There's more elves around. There's more. There's a few tieflings. There's even 1 or 2 Goliaths. There's a lot more.
So are these tieflings or Irish thieflings?
Thieflings, the race. They know the purple dudes with the horns. But they're not
yeah,
purple.
I was messing about. Sorry. Carry
on. Yeah, but there's a lot more diversity in the creatures around. As you walk into the slippery nipple, it just seems slightly cleaner on the front. Like some of the old rocks don't have the same moss that they had on them. It's slightly different, but the same. It's a familiar same. So it's that uneasy or unnerving. I recognize this place and everything is where it should be, but not.
Tips. What's your title? I'm sorry for interrupting,
Oh,
but your stream title.
That is a fair point. It says chess. Good job. I forgot all about that. We will just magically change this now.
Also, I don't think I can get my dice cam to work. It wants to check my camera. The settings don't want to work. I give up.
Do you want to try and throw it on in Discord again, and then I might be able to catch it?
I could do. Why have I got a Windows? You changed the interface.
I don't know. But back to the gnome, and you walk in, and you notice that the paintings that were there before, some of them are still there, but all the trophies on the walls aren't there anymore, and there's a different barman in the tavern as well. And it's early in the morning, so there's a few people having breakfast, but you don't really recognize their faces. You think you do, but you're not sure.
Sorry, I had a mouthful of food.
You're grand.
I thought your explanation would be more. Okay. I mean, obviously, there's all these mythical creatures and stuff now. Are there other gnomes a lot?
If you go explore the city, you can find that. There's none in the tavern at the moment, but the tieflings and stuff like that would have existed before. They're just... Okay, it's worth, but there was a different... Okay,
what I'm trying to ascertain is, am I a common sight, a gnome? Would it just be...
Oh yeah, they're not super rare, but they would be like... Humans would be the most common, especially on this island.
Yeah, of course. But like, what I'm saying is, like, in the current setting, a gnome walking into a tavern of a human settlement is kind of a bit odd. if I walk in, am I going to get people looking at me? Am I going to go about my
No,
day? No one even noticing, not even caring.
no one really cares. No one really cared before as well because you kept to yourself. You were just calm. That's what I put it. Like you weren't like. Oh,
Well, I'm going to go in
Yeah.
and head to the same table that I was sat at in the future.
Well, in the
And I'm
time,
gonna wait.
in the time you know.
Yeah, oh yeah, right. In the time that was.
Yeah.
Yep.
A bartender comes up to you and goes, "Hello there. What would you like?"
Just order a glass of, I don't know, or a tankard or a pint, whatever. No, milk
He goes, "Oh, certainly, sir. One moment," and she goes off, and
and
she
some bread and cheese.
goes, "Yes, yes, of course, of course." And she goes off, and she asks the person behind the bar to get that, and he turns around to behind the bar, and a few minutes passes, and yeah, you get your bread, milk, and cheese. And you definitely notice it is a completely different bartender than that you've seen. Like it's 100% different. John before was an overweight man, where this person is pretty very average human, like middle-aged, whatever you want. You could just everything seems the same but off. And Adrian, as you're back, are you staying with the gnome during this, or when you see
Follow the gnome.
Okay, so you're
We're
just
going
following.
to find John.
So he walked past the. I don't know if you heard all that because you were AFK or muted. As you were walking past the Centaur, you heard things. I don't know how much you were paying attention, but the gnome just walked past pretending like everything's perfectly fine. You've never seen them. You don't believe they really existed. There is clearly a centaur just having a chat with someone on the street. Did you make any reaction? Did you want to make any comments to the gnome? Did you want to ask anything?
What's one of those? I've never seen one before. Horseman.
No? You want to reply to him? No?
Calm down. I'm eating my bread and cheese.
Fair enough. Are you do anything in the inn? Do you go up to the barman, Vulcan or Adran?
Yar, I've forgotten what we came here for. It's been a week.
So you were trying to
So
figure out where the
we've
hell you are.
Yeah, so we've come out, we've seen the house is different, and we've discovered that Billy is a baby.
You're pretty sure that it's Billy's baby, or Billy's grandfather, or yeah,
Billy is a baby. That's
there
what
is
my
a baby
brain
called
thinks,
Billy.
so that's what I said. Billy is a baby.
Yeah.
So
Adran
we've
walks up to the bar.
we've come in to the town to try and figure out what's going on because, like, the houses and stuff have changed and things like that.
Well, Adran believed you were in the same places before. He rolled really shit, so he doesn't actually think anything. He thinks everything was normal until he saw this big centaur. But Adrian, you go up to the bar. There's a man behind the bar. He says, "Hello, sir.
Oh, where's John? I need to speak to John.
I'm John."
No, you're not.
I am. Like, my name is John. I've been running this establishment for the last 5 years. This is
You're not the John
I put this
remember.
but we've only built this place in the last while. Like, I've only just recently got the name the Slippery Nipple. Like, what other John? There's another tavern down the road that might be called John. I might have a bartender.